Uh, Teacher, everybody. I'm Tim and I 34 years old. Now I live in Vũng City. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you, Tim. And can you tell me about an unforgettable experience when you worked in groups in the past?
Yes. When I was on high school, I have work. I have student in I have still in a group with my friend. It is very excellent and have many different opinion um, in in study and I have success in presenting a project when I uh, studying in a group.
Oh, excellent, yeah. Okay, fantastic. Nice to meet you, Tim. I'm going to move on to you, please, now, Queen. Hello, Queen, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello, teacher. Hello, everybody. My name Quỳnh. I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City. Um, nice to meet you, and nice to meet somebody in your class. Um, uh, sorry. Um, I had unforgettable experience when I studied in Europe for university graduation exam. I remember we study hard, but were fun and friendly.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thanks for sharing that, Quine. Okay, I'm going to move on now to you, please, Tim.
Hello, teacher. Hello, everybody. My name is I'm living in Ho Chi Minh City. I'm 42 years old. Uh, I answer the question. Um, I work in group in the back. I think work group it deal with my work is IG. But sometimes I agree with member and but it's to share my job with a member in the group and deal with problem in the project or the or my job in my job and I think but sometimes I go with member in the hello.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I think we may have some problems today with our topic. Okay, I'm going to come back to you, please, Tim. Can you tell me about an unforgettable experience?
Um, when I work in Europe in the back, I think it's I remember work in Europe deal with my deal with project is the IG or the sharing to to share the job for the member and but sometimes you get appeal with member, and sometimes have a different the idea.
Okay, yeah, so sometimes you argue
Yeah,
with the members and sometimes you have different ideas.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Tim, and I'm sorry about that. I'm having connection problems with Topica. Okay, moving on to you, please, Hua.
Hello, teacher, and hello, everybody. My name is Hoa. I'm living in Hanoi City. Nice to meet you, teacher, and nice to meet everybody.
Okay, nice to meet you, Hua. And can you tell me about an unforgettable experience when you worked in groups in the past?
Yes. I'm working in a construction company, and when you have new projects, you have to work in group. Find the best way to do the project. So I think we work in the group is very difficult. Because there are many opinions in the when we work together and have to choose one of the best idea to decide the project. But after working in group, we find we can share with each other our idea, and I think that's good.
So you actually use group work in your job. Okay, interesting. Okay, thank you, Hua. I'm going to move on to you, please, Mi.
Yes. Hello, teacher. My name is Mi. I am living in Ho Chi Minh City. To meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you, Mi. And can you tell me about an unforgettable experience?
Yes. I like to study alone, and sometimes I like to study group. I think that studying alone or studying group have its good point and bad point. Study in group can help us to solve the problem more quickly, and everyone can offer more information and more information to choose new. But it's hard to consider which which option suitable for us, and it will take us more time. Study in alone, then it helped me to build and my skill and help me to focus more.
Of what this working in groups is like. Okay, yes, alone or studying in groups. And by the end of this session, you'll be able to know at least 6 related words, be able to create simple sentences about the topic, have a conversation about the topic, and avoid some common grammar and pronunciation mistakes. Okay, so I'm going to start with this question, which is, do you think that studying in groups can help to solve problems more quickly than studying alone, and why? Okay, I'm going to start with you, please, Jim.
Yes, I think studying in a group can help to solve problems more quickly than studying alone. Because when you when you study in a group, you can have many different opinion about the problem. So uh, you can deal problem more quickly than studying alone.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, thanks. Okay, excellent. Yeah, brilliant. Moving on to you, please, Khan. Hello, Khan. Okay, I'm going to move on to you, please, Dean. Hello, Dean. Can you hear me, Dean? I'm going to move on to you, please, Hua.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so do you think studying in groups can help to solve problems?
Oh. Yes, I think depends on the subject we learn.
Okay, can you make sure you speak very louder for me, please, Hua?
Yes. Yes, I do. But it depends on the subject we learn. If we learn math, I think if we learn math, we can work studying in group because when we study in group, we can have more opinion to solve problem quickly than studying alone. But if we want to learn by heart something, such as literature or other subject, we should learn because when we learn alone, we can focus on our lesson. Depends on subject we learn.
Okay, this is fantastic. Yeah, I agree. When I studied maths, like you say, when I need to remember one thing, I study it. So yeah, I agree. Excellent. Okay, good point there, Hua. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to move to you, please, Me.
Yes, I do. I think studying group can help to solve problem more quickly. Because you will get the support from many person in the team. By the way, we will have more different idea and many better solution to solve the problem.
So yeah, so you have more different ideas and more solutions. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Okay, well done, Me. Well done, everyone. So we are going to move on now. We have some new vocabulary to learn today. So you have the words inspiring, effective, focused, interact, improve, and teamwork. So we have the words inspiring, effective, focused, interact, improve, and teamwork. Okay, I'm going to ask you to to read the definitions from column A and match these with the words from column B. So I'm going to start with you, please, Tim. Can you read definition A for me?
Producing the result that is wanted or intended, producing a successful result.
Okay, and what word does this match with?
Matches with to effective.
Excellent, yeah. Okay, and can you create a sentence for me, please? So can you create a sentence? Yeah.
She work very
We have you could say she works very effective. It's better to use the adverb. So when we're describing how they work, we'd say she works very effectively. And remember, thank you, Tim. And I'm going to on to please, Tien. Can you read definition B for me?
the ability of working well together after I think number 6 teamwork.
Right, so can you create a sentence?
Yeah. I have solved my deal with my project early.
Okay, so can you repeat?
I have solved my teamwork.
Teamwork.
My work deal with my project early.
Okay, deal with my project early. I don't think I can hear. I don't think I can hear you. Maybe you have to type. I've wrote this in the chat box. This is what I think you say. I have found my deal with my project early. Is this correct?
Yeah. I have found my teamwork. Thank you.
Is that what you said? Is that what you said? Is this your sentence?
I have found my teamwork deal with my project early.
Okay, I think this has some problems. So I'm going to say I'm going to say I found teamwork. You could say I have found teamwork helps me. So I find teamwork helps me with I found teamwork helps me. I'll say deal with my projects earlier, or hand in my projects earlier. You could say I found teamwork helps me finish my projects early. So this is a better way to say finish my projects early. Okay, there's just a few problems. We wouldn't say you don't say I found my teamwork, okay, because you don't own teamwork. You don't have teamwork, okay? It's not something one person has. So I would say I found teamwork helps me deal with my projects earlier, or I have found teamwork helps me finish my projects earlier, okay, Tien?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to move on to you, please, Wire. Can you read definition C for me?
Yes. Exciting and encouraging you to feel something. The definition C I can match with number 1. Inspiring.
Okay, excellent. Inspiring. Can you create a sentence for me?
My teacher's lesson is really inspiring.
Oh, my teacher's lesson is really inspiring. Well done. Moving on to you, please, Me. Can you read definition D for me?
Keep your attention directed to what you want to do with very clear aim. My answer is number 3, focus.
Focus. Then can you create a sentence for me?
I focus on my goal.
So I focus on my goal. Well done. Okay, excellent. And moving back to you, please, Tien. Can you read definition E for me?
To communicate with somebody, especially while you work, play, or spend time with them. Definition E matches with number 4, interest.
Oh, excellent. Can you create a sentence for me, please?
Yes, we often interest with our colleagues when we work in a group.
Okay, he often interacts with our colleagues when we work in a group. Fantastic. And moving on to you, please, Kong. Can you hear me? Quinn?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you read definition F for me?
Um, my answer, sorry. My answer is
Okay. Can you
yeah.
create a sentence for me?
Um, I need to improve my English.
Okay, I need to improve my English. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Karen. Okay, so well done. We're going to remember this vocabulary to use later in this lesson, okay? So I'm going to move on. We have a new grammar structure to learn today using when and while, okay? So when and while, this is the key part of this structure. So you have when, while, verb with ing, object for subject and verb. Okay, an example here is when working in groups, you will improve teamwork skills. So it means when you do something, this will happen, this will happen. While you do this, something else will happen, okay? So for example, if you study alone, you can be more focused, or if you debate something, you'll know how to work in a team. While using Topica for learning English, you will become better at communicating with native speakers, okay? Lots of different examples. I'm going to start with you, please, TM. Can you create a sentence using this grammar structure?
When working alone, you will be more focused.
So when working alone, you will be more focused. Okay, moving on to you, please, Carl.
Yes. When doing a project, you need to work in group.
So when doing a project, you need to work in groups. Moving on to you, please, Tim.
When I study alone, I think independently.
Yeah, I can work independently. Okay, yeah. So you say, when studying alone, I can work independently. Okay, thank you. I'm moving on to you, please. Hua.
When studying in Europe, have a chance to interact with
Okay,
others.
yeah. Okay, fantastic, yeah. Okay, I'm moving on to you, please, me.
When I study alone, I cannot find the best solution.
So when studying alone, I can't find the best solution. Just remember me. We'll say when studying alone. Okay. So make sure we have the verb of ing. So when studying alone. Okay. Okay. So I wrote that in the chat box for you, me. Okay. Thank you. And we are going to move on. So we're going to practice some of the things we have learnt this lesson in this conversation. Okay. So we have a question here, which is, which one do you prefer, studying alone, studying in groups? I want you to give your preferences and the reasons why. So why do you like to do this? Why do you prefer to study alone or study in group? Okay. I'm going to start with you, please, Tim. Can you speak to Kwon for me? Kwon?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, team. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Yeah. Um. Uh. Uh. Today, we study about studying along or studying in group. Um. I want to hear your opinion, and you can give me some recommend. I need to work better. Hello, team.
I think yes. I think work studying alone or own have good bad because if you studying alone, you can focus. So group this so you can focus to solve your problem, and maybe you can think independently. Um, But when you studying in group, you can get many opinion about the person.
um, maybe I think when I study along, I can focus on your work, then disturb other, especially he talks a lot of their issue. But um, when I study in group, I can have a chance to gain a knowledge and experience from other, especially from on other people. And when I talk with other person about my problem, I have a chance to discuss, have a chance to interact, have a chance to find the best way to solve my problem and study more effective than study along. Yeah, that's my that's
It
my
is
opinion.
important to studying in group, and I think if you want to studying in group well, I think you need to study alone before you need to prepare prepare to prepare to solve problem when you work in a group. So you work in studying in group, you have many opinion to deal problem.
Yes, I think so. Um, I think so because if I along um, uh, if I get some problem when along, you can you can feel nervous and difficult to think and cannot thinking clearly. Yeah.
And studying in group is very amusing and maybe funny and comfortable. So we can lonely lonely and laugh more um, laugh and we laugh when we studying in a groups.
It's very, I can't hear your voice uh, clearly. Uh, could you repeat again?
Yes. When you studying in in group, we can more laugh more and maybe uh, we can relax and comfortable when we studying in a group. So I think studying in a group make me lively and friendly.
Yes, I think so. um, I think
Okay,
so.
okay, excellent. Thank you guys. So I'm going to just stop you there. So excellent. I had some things I wrote down there. Very good. I'm going to move on. So I'm going to ask you, please, Farah, can you speak to me for me?
Hello me. Hello me.
Oh, hello, hello.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes.
hear you.
Yes. Today we learned about the
How
studying
can you
on.
speak louder?
Yes. like studying alone or studying in group?
I think study alone or study in a group. Have is good boy and best boy.
Yes.
Yes. Study in group. Um, and we have more information from the other in the team, and they can give you many solution.
In my opinion, I like to studying alone because I think studying alone I can focus on my lesson. I can improve my focus. I like studying alone than studying in group. Because I think studying in group we can have
Sorry, I cannot hear you clearly.
Need
It's
to
so small.
speak closer to the microphone, Hua. Very quiet.
I like studying alone than studying in groups because when I studying alone I can focus our lesson. Yes, and if we always studying alone, we can improve our focus. Yes, but when we work in group, I think it is difficult for me because there are too much opinion and we have to choose in those opinion. That is very different for me to choose because I always have to work in group in my company. Yes, I think it's good.
Sorry, it's very quiet. I cannot hear you clearly.
Sorry. And how about you?
I prefer study alone than study in group. Yes, studying alone. Then I can study whatever and whenever I want. Yes.
And which style of studying do you prefer? Studying alone or studying in group? Hello, teacher. I can't hear. And so we stop the conversation now because I can't hear. Yes.
So that's okay. Okay, thank you, Mi, and thank you, Hua. I'm sorry you had some problems there. So we are going to move on. We're going to talk about some incorrect and correct sentences here. So we have an incorrect sentence which says, while work in groups, I learn a lot from my friends. Okay, we need to remember to use the continuous verb, which is working, okay? While working in groups, I learn a lot from my friends, okay? We also have some pronunciation to practice. So we have the words work and word. So work and word. And a sentence here which is, now your work is to find the words that are redundant in the sentence. Okay, be careful with this word here, redundant. Redundant. Okay. I'm going to ask you to read everything I've highlighted in green. So I'm going to start with you, please, DM.
Yes. Sorry, teacher, because I cannot see the slide, so I cannot read the sentence in the slide.
Okay, that's no problem. Okay, thank you, Tim. I'm going to ask you, please, Colin, can you read everything here for me? Hello, Quinn?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so can you read everything in green?
Yes. I'm sorry. While walking in group. Sorry, I can't hear. I can't see. While working in group, I learned a lot of my friends' words. Now your work is to find the words that are redundant in the sentence.
Oh, fantastic. Well, okay, I'm going to move on to you, please, Hua.
While working in groups, I learned a lot from my friends. Word. Now the work is to find the words that are redundant in the sentence.
Very well done. I'm going to move on to you, please, Me.
Yes. While working in groups, I learn a lot from my friends. Work. Now your work is to find the words that are redundant in the sentence.
Excellent. Well done. Okay, brilliant. So thank you very much, Me. Okay, so I'm going to move on and I'm going to talk about some of the assessments I made this lesson. Okay, I'm going to just start with you, please, Hua. For your pronunciation, we have the word something. Really make sure you get that TH sound, so something. Thing. Do not say something, say something, okay? And when you say the word always, make sure you get that S sound, always. Okay? So just be careful there. I'm going to give you 8 out of 10. Vocabulary is very good. For your grammar, you said we have to work in group. Okay, we had a lot of problems here today for people saying when you say in groups, in group, this is wrong. You should say in groups. Only say group when it's in a group. Okay, so you say in a group or in groups. Okay, remember group can be plural. So you need to choose whether to say the or have an S. Okay, so there are too much opinion. You should say there are too many. Okay, when we say many, we also need S on the noun. Okay, just one or two problems there. So I'm going to give you 8 out of 10. Well done today, Hua. Quan, you had problems with your pronunciation of think, the same as Hua, so the th sound. Make sure it does not sound like tink. This is very bad. Also, your pronunciation of the word chance. It's really need to fix this because it sounds like you just say any chance, any chance, any chance. Be very careful. You need to pronounce chance. You get a really make sure you do this. Okay, chance. Sometimes I just didn't understand what word you were saying at all. I just didn't know you were even saying chance. I was thinking, what is Con saying? What is she saying? And I realised it's chance. And you're going chant. Get an S. Okay, chance. Okay. Also, the S sounds the same. The S sounds on voice. Make sure you get a voice and sentence. Okay, sentence. So this is ending S sounds. Okay, so it's like ending S sounds. The words like choice, sentence, chance, always. Okay, get that. Really be careful here. I'm going to give you 6 out of 10. I think you really need to practice this. Vocabulary very good. No problems. For your grammar, you said study in group. I can have a chance to gain knowledge from other. Okay, be careful here with your plurals. You should say when I study in groups, I have the chance to gain knowledge from others. Okay. We also said study effective. You should use the adverb of effective, which is effectively. So we describe how we study. Study effective. Okay. This is much better to use the adverb. The adverb is more common than the verb, than the adjective effective. It's only use effective if it comes before the noun. So effective noun, okay? Adjective, noun. If it's an adverb, you can say noun, then adverb, okay? I'm going to give you 8 out of 10. TN, TH sounds, really work on this. Anything, think, everything. Do not say tink, every tink. Very bad, okay? So just be careful there. I'm going to give you 8 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for vocabulary. For your, okay, sorry, actually TN's not in this class, so I'm going to move on to TM. Pronunciation is very good, TM. Vocabulary very good. Grammar, for your grammar, you said when I were on high school. You should say when I was at high school. When I was at high school. You said I have many different opinions in study. Okay, you should say, you said have many different opinions in study. So you talk about when you are in a group. You should say there are many different opinions when studying. We have studying and when studying. So when studying group have many different opinions. Okay, this is the grammar structure we were talking about today. So you should remember this. You should say when studying in groups, there are many different opinions. You also said she worked very effectively. You should say she works very effectively. You said studying alone all have good or bad. You should say studying alone could be good or bad, or studying alone good and bad points. So this is a better way. You said deal with problem. Remember, problem is a noun. You should say the problem. You also said we can relax and comfortable. Okay, we can relax and feel comfortable. We feel comfortable. Okay, this is how we feel. I'm going to give you 6 out of 10. A few problems with the grammar today. Moving on to you, me. The pronunciation of the word point. Get that sound. Point. Point. Also, your word it's. Get that sound. Okay, it's. Be careful there. I'm going to give you 8 out of 10. Vocabulary very good. For your grammar, you said it has its good points, bad points. You should say it has its good points and bad points, okay? You said we have more different ideas. You should say ideas. Okay, we have more ideas. When we say more, it needs to be plural, so ideas. You should, when study alone, you should say studying alone. Okay, remember the grammar structure. You should study in group, we have more information. You should say the grammar structure we've used today. So when studying in groups, we have more information. Okay, so really need to remember the grammar structure we learned. So 7 out of 10 today for grammar. Overall, I think very good. Very good class. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about some of the things we learned today. We have learned some words related to studying alone or in groups. We've learned a new grammar structure using when or while, and we've had a discussion about studying alone or in groups. Okay, I'm going to ask you to really pay attention and take note of my assessments today. I really want you to practice for next lesson. And please make sure you're prepared by looking at the related lessons in the course browser, okay? I'm going to ask you, do you have any questions for me before I end this class?
I have no question.
Okay, thank you.
Teacher.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher.